into the Azir. So I think the laning is going to be a lot better there if you send Ezreal there, and Smolder down in bot, I think. But my worry is how the lane's going to go. This looks a little bit rough. Maybe the Alice can neutralize the golem.
But we'll see.
I also think because you have double AD carries on your team, it makes sense to try and index into some of that magic damage. Obviously, the Maokai can provide a little bit of it, as we see Alvaro flash away.
They're looking for a dive. The chunk onto Broken Blade.
Mirwin's hit 3. He's got Polymorph. Broken Blade under the tower, rooted up, and there's first blood. MDK on the board early on.
The big chunks from the trade from Elyoya.
Yeah, just great adaptation. The communication must have been clear from Mirwin. Here, I have the level advantage. I've got a stacked wave. I think we can dive and execute it flawlessly. Well done. Nice trades from Friskawi in mid lane as well, but now G2 set their sights on bot.
For the dive here, Alvaro does have the exhaust, puts it down early. Mickey flashes away, he's tanking the tower. Alvaro will fall first. Yike has to flash away as well and almost dies. 100 HP on him. And in the end,
a relatively even game here so far in the early game.
Hans has had a freeze down in bot lane. At the very least now it's slow pushing out, but the wave state's been pretty bad down in bot side for Super for a long time.
For the next dragon and the next grubs respawn, both teams working towards their first item as set the sights on for Friskawi here.
The jump in onto him, the cease and desist coming out as well. Alvaro gets the knock up, but the Emperor's Divide and the Ignite is enough. Caps gets the kill on his opposing mid lane, and now Alvaro's in a world of hurt, trying to get to the safety of the tower with the locket coming out. Caps still secures him. Super now trying to trade back onto Mickey, but Summers come to join the party. Mickey pulled out with the base call as Yike goes in with a Bolt Breaker. And Elyoya and Super down to half HP.
I was going to say, G2 are having a hard time forcing with the Vite and the Azir, because a play you want to make with the Azir makes the pick.
Ultimately, I think they caught Yike. Sorry, Yike was able to catch him completely off guard. Broken Blades. Oh,
nice and mouse him again. The wild growth coming out from Mirwin, but is it enough to keep him alive? Puts the glitter lance down. Just enough of a shield from Pix there to
There's no TPs from either top lane. This will be a 4v4.
Broken Blade is moving down from the top side. Super trying to get some damage down onto Summer. Mickey jumping across the wall, lands the Shadowing Strike into the Magnet Storm. Mom called for a little bit of help. Alvaro goes in onto Summer, but there's no follow-up, and he immediately cleanses away the sun. Bates call coming out, and Alvaro is a pinata. The pincushion falls. Next up, Elyoya, who flashes away, but can't dash far enough to escape the clutches of Caps. Super and Friskawi now on the wrong side of the rift, because G2 have chased them behind the turret, and they'll find a double for Caps.
An excellent team fight for G2. They find the massive 3-man Rel ultimate engage, and crucially, Super, his ult only heals him. It hits barely anyone, only Mickey X if I remember right.
Now they're looking for the last member of MDK. Super trying to get out of this situation. He can't get one back. And that'll be 4 dead on the side of MDK. As G2 extend their lead to 7-1, they'll secure the tower, secure the dragon.
What's they're going to be doing? I'm not sure it's a high enough caliber to take down G2.
Summit, he's looking for a bit of a play here. Oh, it's Mickey.
And immediately they go in with the cease and desist as well. Oh, you just pull the trigger. And that's how you fire in. G2 looking for a little bit more as Alvaro tries to keep them away, but the tower should be their prize for now. Shadowing Strike lands onto Alvaro. He's locked back, but has the safety of a second turret to retreat to.
The Q flash was so fast instantly by Mickey, finding the pick onto the Smolder instantly, and now the carry's just on online. Friskawi has no wave clear either, so they can just free hit the tower hit. There's really nothing MDK can do.
I mean, this really is a statement game so far from G2. 17 minutes in. Oh, ulti.
Knocked back. He went in with a twisted advance and has to flash to get out of that predicament. But G2 give him a quicker way to the grave. They send him packing. Mirwin being jumped on with the slicing. Maelstrom here by Broken Blade can try and trade back in. But even with the Luden's Companion, he doesn't really have the damage to work through the health bar of the cannon.
And I really thought they played towards top more this game.
We say that basically every time, but just to remind you, doesn't do too much apart from prep us for the Elder Drake. Nature's Grasp coming out from Elyoya. Cap still has the flash. Can he get out of range? Not quite. True Shot Barrage is going to hit. The tower goes down, as you say. Twisted Advance forward. Emperor's Divide back. TP behind, and another TP to follow from MDK. Broken Blade and Mirwin will trade towards the top side of the fight. Flash forward from Friskawi. Mystic Shot. One hits. He needs another, but he can't quite find it as Cap dodges to the safety of the tower. Elyoya on the wrong side of the rift. The chase up onto Friskawi from Broken Blade himself. Friskawi stays around. No flash, no mana, no hope in hell of surviving this one. Elyoya is trying to base in the bush in the enemy jungle. We'll see Friskawi down, but is Elyoya going to escape? The big question on everyone's lips as he's been caught out. He'll get taken out with the Ignite ticking even through the locket. He dashes back in with a twisted advance and then he falls. Caps looking for more as MDK are on the retreat.
And now they can turn their attention to the Baron. The idea from MDK is to catch Caps on a side lane, but he's just too mobile. They don't have the lockdown, they don't have the damage, and now now that they're overextended, it's easy pickings for G2, and at 21 minutes, they're looking to secure the first Baron of the game.
And I get the idea, you know, try to find a pick, stall the game out, but I think you had an easier option in waiting for potentially Muramana on the Ezreal, and that could be your cope angle at the next Dragon. Still, they try to pull the trigger up in topside, and it's kudos to Caps, right? He dodges absolutely everything.
He misses Mickey. MDK still trying to defend here. Yike jumps across the wall to clear out that control ward. Can't quite get onto it. Next wave about 5 seconds away from hitting the bot turret. Caps will take the mid inhib. G2 now push in with that next wave. MDK just really can't find much, can't find any purchase on this game. Their fingers are slipping off the ledge as G2 take a double inhib push.
Yeah, MDK, they have 2 tools to stop a siege, right? That's Maokai ult from Fog of War to play.
Does not give them a moment to breathe. MDK now coming back out, but Alvaro no ult. Very powerful for the Alistair in a fight like this. This is the point that you have to go in. He lands the knock-up on one. It's only Caps who flashes away. The Magnus Storm will lock Alvaro in place. Face call, pulls out one. Hansama down to half. MDK still looking for more, but there's the threat. A Broken Blade just slicing
back up. Spent what last of the gold he has, level 16 Azia, and the base is falling apart for MDK.
You've burnt all your ultimates as MDK as well, so G2 very willing just to step up. The first Nexus tower falls, the third inhib tower follows it. Caps can just step forward and remain held down upon that Nexus turret. He dodges away from the Mystic shot. Alvaro is back up, but no flash to his name. Yike has that cease and desist. The Emperor's Divide still a possibility for G2. MDK, the last vestige of hope, quickly being extinguished here by Caps, who just shreds through Super. Twisted advance forward, but there's the Zhonya's to buy a second. Mickey diving in as well, and the slicing Maelstrom finds the backline. G2 are done with this game, and MDK can only stand and watch on their fountain as G2 will take game 1 in convincing fashion. Caps is still alive, Betty. You can say hang on all you want, but MDK can't. G2 will take the Nexus, and they'll go 1-0 up.
Smiles on the faces of Caps, as they should be. 7-0-6, the scoreline for him. And a statement has been made. G2 definitely look to be back in form, at least based on the first game of this series.
And I think also ultimately a bit too greedy for MDK's draft. I think there's way too much scaling on this team unless you're playing for those cross-map up in topside. Question marks around that Lulu pick. Is that really the best angle? As well as
breakfast on a steak.
the Nico top wasn't enough. We gotta keep going deeper, more.
Lulu
more.
top. Now we have Corky top
for Mirwin.
Vex mid, which does give you some disengage. Reset after getting that wave shoved in. Hansama, I mean, don't know he's hit. Go in with the Oracles. Stun onto Hans. Guardian coming out from Mickey, though, means that Alvaro might be a little bit overextended as Yike's coming around the side. Ignite ticking on him. Alvaro does still have the flash, but Yike can follow. Flashes, super dashes in front of it and almost pays for it with his life. But in the end, survives. Great play from the AD.
Okay, hold on to a very small gold lead that they've been able to build with the small jungle advantage that Alduria continues to find. This HP is very low, though.
Yeah, Hansama looking for that plasma stack, goes in with the Zenith Blade, but the cleanse away from Hansama should be enough to take down Alvaro. Now Super in a 1v2, Hansama flashes! The Gleaming Quill was enough healing to keep Hans alive, and it's a 2-0 in the bot lane for G2. Alvaro teaming up again. We didn't see this that much in game 1 here, seeing it a lot more in game 2. They feel like they have the impetus to go in with the Zenith Blade. Alluria looking for the smite, lands it, and the follow-up onto Yike is enough. No escape for him, he's down. Alvaro takes the kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Hansama's dived in with the killer instinct, the ignite ticking, Mickey dying! It just needed one more auto G2, but MDK even out the score.
I'm kind of lost for words as to what just happened. Really great punish from MDK. They're looking to keep this going.
Broken Blade has to flash away from Alvaro, who was going to hit that Zenith Blade. Proxying the wave now as Mirwin winning out these trades.
Yes.
So many spectator modes. Doesn't have flash now, and now he's about to come back off cooldown. Super stayed around for a while, and yet, as you say, likely to die here. Caps takes it, Mickey tanks the tower. And G2 will finally put that Ezreal in the dirt.
That was an awkward situation where both Hans and Super just kept sticking around.
Forward here. Yike missed the wall breaker. Alvaro just dodged to the side of it. The charm coming out as well. Alvaro does have the Solar Flare, but there's 4 members of G2 surrounding him. Solar Flare comes out. TP as well invested.
He doesn't die.
By MDK. He doesn't die, as you say, but Frescowi did have...
He is going to potentially contest these grubs. I wonder if he could potentially steal one away.
No passive on Frescowi. They're going to look for him. Mickey stepped out early. Frescowi going in, has that Shadow Surge, but can't land it now with Caps TPing in as well. Frescowi is surrounded by G2 and doesn't really have anywhere to go. Flashes away from the charm, but the cease and desist will follow him. He finds one so far. Shadow Surge dodged by Mickey. Now Caps trying to trade back in, but Frescowi has survived for a long time in this battle. Mickey dashes forward, Gleaming Quill hits, as does the Charm. In the end, G2 make it a 1-for-1.
I mean, Frescowi
So far, this gourmet that you've laid out for us is working well.
The Vex, I think, has had so much work. I feel like Rakan is scared to dash forward, and all the dashing champs are just struggling.
Cleanse away from Hans Summer. Dark Binding eaten by Mickey. True Shot Barrage coming out as well. The Soul Shackles almost connect on Mickey, but he's able to dodge away just at the right moment. Yike, now the next target is taken out by Super. Another Dark Binding lands, and under the tower, Hans Summer is sent packing. Caps is going to Spirit Rush forward here, but right into the face of Elioya. Flash away. Caps dashes back across the wall.
A nice little skirmish from MDK where they leverage numbers advantage to find 2 quick kills. They set themselves up nicely to secure the Dragon and this mid-tower. Corki being involved in the game, really accelerating something that...
More to be a nuisance than anything else, just try and gain control of as much of the river as possible. Still a while before the next Drake. Yike dashing forward with the Bolt Breaker. G2 looking for something here. You can see Super starting to react. Charm goes down. Quickness in as well as Mickey looks for the backline. Double TP invested. Cease and desist into the slicing Maelstrom. And Alvaro and Elioya are already gone. Super next up. Hans Summer dashing in, but the Shadow Surge will chase him down. Mirwin's fallen, and now it's all on that Shadow Surge. What can you do, Frescowi? How much damage can you put down? You get a reset when you get the kill. In the end, MDK won't look for more.
Live composition. So I'm a little bit worried. For the side of
top
MDK.
side has the lane lead at the very
Okay,
least.
sure.
Oh, Super caught out, has no flash. Cease and desist to follow up. They're looking for more CC here. Elioya puts Dark Binding back down. Bolt Breaker in, but the Black Shield enough to keep Super safe from the knockup. Yike flashes the wall. Alvaro chases him. Killer Instincted by Hans Summer. And now MDK are all at arrears. Elioya getting chased out. Caps going forward with the Spirit Rush. Needs the Charm. Hits it. A double so far for Hans Summer in the fight. Alvaro trying to Zenith play it out, but I'm not sure the escape can be anything but a flash across the wall. He manages to escape in the end. Shadow Surge hits only Hans Summer. G2 find 2 in the top side.
And we heard it from the interview. They have to play together.
Scout didn't use his passive to knock Mickey back. I think he was still dead anyway. That's 3. Barons up in 7. That will scale, obviously, incredibly fast, and they might look for Frescowi on the bottom side. Elioya's walking away from him. There's the Charm, and there's another. An assist at least for Caps, make it 12 stacks.
The last time Frescowi was in a side lane, he was
Something on those Muramana completions. You could see them really posturing. Frescowi actually dropped a bunch of waves down bot side to potentially look for a fight around that Nash.
Elioya jumped on, no time for the Black Shield, and Elioya's down. The Charm coming out as well as Super's locked up. Solar Flame on the backline, Fear onto Mickey, but he's still half HP, and with the TP coming in, Mickey going back forward for Super once again. Broken Blade TP's in. Caps has a teleport of his own. We'll see if MDK overstep, because there's that ward just above where Alvaro is if Caps wants to TP in behind.
It's that vicious Baron. You've got to remember that a lot of poke is still available for MDK. Corki, Ezreal.
It's a Mega Blasco, and the one thing the Chemtech Rift does for us, Vedius, is give the cannon the flank position.
Potential.
Caps looking for the Charm, cannon goes in, he's feared immediately, but the dive into the backline, Merwin able to escape. There's 1, he's looking to make it 2. It's 2 from Merwin, and G2 are now all hailing the retreat. MDK fight them off with the Baron.
Frescowi.
See if G2 can find an avenue to approach, because the previous fight, it was them catching Elioya. I don't think MDK are going to allow them to get that close again. Oh, flash forward from Alvaro, looking for that shield of Daybreak. Dark Binding coming out as well. Broken Blade goes in with the flash of Slicing Maelstrom. Is the follow-up there? A Killer Instinct! And it's a supernova of damage from G2. Caps diving forward, they'll find another fight. Still fighting against 2 here as Merwin falls as well. I said they wouldn't get close enough, but MDK delivered them on a golden platter.
I mean, they tried to force a fight way too hard. Broken Blade this time could find the angle, and with a monster...
It's always difficult to
the
get
TP.
that TP flank. There we go. He called it, Eragon. Merwin will have the Valkyrie, and Broken Blade only has half his health left. Counter TP coming out as G2 trying to run through the river to react. Broken Blade pops the Slicing Maelstrom. The Charm on Frescowi as he came out of the TP was perfect, but Merwin's able to trade one back so far. Caps trying to get away. Merwin need another order. The True Shot Barrage going wide. The Rocket doing the same. Meanwhile, on the top side, Alvaro goes in with the Solar Flare. Elioya trying to get away, but he's already burned the Black Shield, and he's caught up in the cease and desist. And now G2 have got them in their claws. They found them in the pincer movement. Super and Merwin have a lot of damage between them, though. Merwin already level 18. Yike able to dodge away from the Phosphorus Bomb, but it's just an auto from Merwin, enough to take him low. The Battle Dance not quite able to connect. And Merwin and Super are doing everything they can to keep MDK in this game.
Caps is still around, but he doesn't have the HP to fight. What should have been a disastrous situation for MDK ends up pretty
Super
good.
flashes!
As Super gets himself a final kill, ticks over to level 16.
Doubling down on his range. Top laners that you call cheesy, he calls them good, and now a TP comes through.
Oh God, Broken Blade, you're right in the middle of the meat grinder. That TP was suboptimal.
Yes, it was, and it was an easy kill for MDK. They've been able to close the goal.
You're not getting out of the pit.
MDK, their composition, showcasing the strength of it once it reaches that late game point. I will say that last fight, is that really how they want?
Back to the safety of the tower, but Caps already takes half his HP. Broken Blade will keep Frescowy at bay, takes half of his, but MDK have already broken the inhibitor line and broken the inhibitor alongside it. Double cannon minions pushing in, G2 trying to clear the wave, but they don't have too much wave clear. Frescowy forced away, Broken Blade has the flash, and the engage coming out from G2. Super stunned up, Shadow Surge blocked with the Zhonya's, but a dive onto the backline from Hansama is purely a dive into death. Frescowy fears him immediately when he lands, and MDK find 4 in the fight. The Nexus towers in their eyes, and they'll even out the series 1-1.
MDK, they knew the only way they would lose was through those flanks. I don't know if you caught it, guys, but at the end there, they had 5 sweepers. They did not want to be flanked, and they played around their lose conditions really well.
Frescowy had some very clutch moments on this Vex. There are definitely moments where he was getting caught out, positions where it could have been very dire for MDK, but ultimately they find a win. They equalized the series, and they showcase what they can do. Excited to see how they can evolve in the series. Ultimately, I like their draft and what they were able to do.
Let's try and just force that raw ID onto the Draven, but Galio in response.
Galio. Somebody call Doinby. It's his time to shine, baby.
Okay, we're always going to have a numbers advantage, assuming Alvaro on the reset came out through the mid lane. Mickey was seen holding bot side, so MDK knew they were in the lead, and now the hook comes out the taunt as well, and Caps can flash, but can't escape. First blood over to MDK.
Very nice punish. Very
has nothing to do. Now you can see their desperation plays to try and punish Mirwin on this chunk. Broken Blade's done a good job of chunking.
But look at where Frescowy's pathing as well. He's pathing towards that red, so then he can come in with the hero's entrance and immediately lock them up. The exhaust coming down. Frescowy came out of base and immediately knew his assistance was needed in top. MDK read the play perfectly.
Really nice response.
Might be looking for it. Mickey's coming across. Jack's on his way as well. Caps in the mid lane can shadow down, but it's Galio the first to move, and Frescowy can keep Caps at bay for the moment. Mirwin has the lightning crash. The slicing maelstrom coming out. Lightning crash as the response, and Mirwin will look for the chase down here. Broken Blade needs another stun, but Mirwin continues to hit him, and Mirwin will take him out of action. A 1v1 in the top lane while the Drake secured for MDK.
The rundown is just there. Mirwin just stat checks the Ken and BB. Doesn't expect the amount of damage that comes through on the all-in with the ultimate, and now a TP coming down on bot side.
TP behind here as Caps is looking for that flank position. Immediately met with a dark binding magnet storm in by Mickey. The shield of Duran looking for the taunt, but a cease and desist will knock him out of it. Mickey down to 200 HP, and the Winds of War have his name on them. It's 2 for MDK. The hero's entrance coming out, knocked back by Hansama, who will get one in response. Broken Blade now joining the fray. A 2v3 on the bot side as Super tries to distract Caps and BB. Shield of Duran for the taunt again, can't quite clip Caps, but it does get Broken Blade, and with a dark binding follow-up, Caps will get another in the end. He's looking for Frescowy. Can he get the damage down? He's got one, and with Tibbers to help him, perhaps he can look for a little bit more. Another stun coming out. Tibbers doing so much work in this fight. Eats the dark binding, and Caps with the red buff picks up the triple.
That was a 4 for 4.
They get the triple in the end. I think the stand aside knocked Frescowy out of the hero's
there was
entrance
so many
as well.
things in that fight, but we're already into another one.
Oh, there we are. Slicing Mouse coming down. Caps looking for a little bit of damage as well onto Alvaro. Pretty tanky though. Got the aftershock off just in time. Depth charge coming out. Broken Blade in the end will get the kill. Now Caps flashing. Tibbers coming down, but there's no stun on it. Caps hadn't quite lined up the correct there for Mickey.
A window now.
Super. No flash has the barrier. Will it be enough to survive the onslaught from Hansama? The answer is an emphatic no. Hansama gets his second of the game.
And that's 607 gold total for Hansama with his cash out and the kill. There's the main reason for that, with Mickey setting his sights on him as well. Alvaro, oh, he may have overextended, doesn't have flash.
Look for the hook to terrain. There's the dark shield on him, but even with the hook to terrain, he'll get a bit of a reduced cooldown, but he won't have it up in time to escape the clutches of G2. The scoreline now or something right now is Hansama is going to get a knockback onto Alvaro. Baron up in a minute's time as well, and with double AD carry, MDK would take it very quickly, but it looks like a fight might erupt before then. TP's behind here. Brookblade looking for the flank. He'll be spotted on that control ward. And first off, Caps is down. Hunsama needs to open up the slicing mouse. I'm only going to hit onto Alvaro. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Mickey is keeping Merwin at bay and takes him out basically on his lonesome. Alvaro trying to escape, puts the Riptide down. The chase onto Frescowi now knocked back with the blast cone. And there's no way out for him apart from flashing perhaps to the safety of Super. In the end, he falls and Hunsama gets the shutdown.
That fight started with Caps, so fair play. Caps makes his tactical death work.
And now the balance in this game really hangs between the Draven and the Zeri. Frescowi stepping a little bit too far forward, knocked back. The hook coming out though from Alvaro as the slicing mashup hits on the backline with the well. Death coming out as well. Alioya goes down. Super trying to trade towards the top side. Caps no flash on him, but will put Tibbers down to take the kill. Alvaro's going to die to Hunsama, who's now unstoppable. And Mirwin was nowhere to be seen in that fight.
And it's just another team fight win for G2.
I feel like you just can't fight without Mirwin.
It's just a really questionable fight as well for another reason. And like you just had no exhaust.
Right again, blast going forward, shielded Durant immediately. Crucial barrage coming out as well as Mickey has to flash away, but Mirwin here to join the party. Lands in with the lightning crash, they'll kill off one, Mickey falls. And they might look for more, they'll take the tier 2 in the top lane.
But it's the Mirwin dip, right? He is where the gold is sitting on. I see very little armor, and I think we're getting another fight.
He caught with the binding, there's the hook to follow up. Alioya takes a chunk from an axe from Hunsama. First exhaust is used on Caps before he pops the Tibbers. The slicing maelstrom coming out and no second exhaust to follow. Cease and desist on the backline and Hunsama's flashing forward. You can see blood in the water, the river painted with MDK's entrails, and MDK are forced to wait. It's a 1-for-3 exchange in favor of G2.
And Hunsama, like you were saying, Vedius, he manages to carry the fight in the end. What happened there was the fight was quite slow around that Black Shield cooldown. The Black Shield came out, and then G2, they took a step back, waited for the Black Shield to expire, then re-engaged again. Managed to pick up the carries in the end, Super falls as well, and now the Nash for G2.
MDK thought they had found another pick. The binding was good, but Mickey, he just didn't fall fast enough. The damage wasn't quite... You're arguing that, well, Frescowi has the Galio ultimate to be able to provide that peel, but as you saw, Mirwin died. Oh.
And immediately they jump in on him again. The CC chain from G2 find their mark. Looking to dance around them. Looking to find something special. Hook wide. Frescowi going for that Mega Blast Cone. To the pit, a possibility, teaming up with MDK. Shielded Duran coming out. If Frescowi's found nothing yet, and I think perhaps his hype is short-lived and overdone. There's Alvaro on that front line. Caps looking for the sunk. Lands it. Frescowi still flanking. There's the Tibbers down. Alvaro down to half HP. Mickey looking for the Magnus Storm. The shielded Duran to flank. The unseen Galio truly is the deadliest. But is this enough for MDK? The hero's entrance from Frescowi buys them a second. So far they found 2 in the fight, but with the slicing maelstrom coming out from Broken Blade, is he going to be locked up enough in time? Hunsama still alive, but Broken Blade still basically full HP, and now in a 2v3, BB and Hunsama have to do what Mirwin and Super did in game 2. Broken Blade looking for the sun, quite can't land the damage onto Super. Shielded Durand. The lightning rushes, gets him out, and Hunsama steps forward, realizes he can't help out his top much longer, and starts to back away. Alioya looking for something across the wall. Frescowi still on the chase. Hunsama trying to get away. Caps up in 15, but the stun lands. So does the cleanse. Dark binding. Oh.
30 seconds away from being on cooldown. They're fighting against no exhaust, and Kennen thrives in these kinds of fights, even chasing into these chokes. But another engage comes out.
Going in, immediately locked up. There's the dredge line as well into the binding. Shadowing strike on Alvaro will get the stun. Depth charge, Jike dodging to the side, but goes back in with the season assist and falls to Alioya. Broken Blade on the front line now. Pops the slicing maelstrom and flashes away. The Magnus Storm in by Mickey, but G2 are all out of rears. MDK have found 2 already, and with the lightning crashing down, Mirwin's looking to strike twice. Hunsama flashes away from the Ultra Shock laser. Tibbers doing enough work on the backline to almost kill off Alvaro, but MDK have got their prize from this. Maybe they want a little bit extra at the end. Ultra Shock laser dodged, but Mirwin on the flank means that I don't think Caps is getting away from this when Mirwin dashes across the wall, and Caps will fall to MDK.
So the engage comes out from Yike, but the same thing around this dragon. Second dragon for MDK.
And behind
for G2.
This Galio has been seen. You have to think Broken Blade is nearby. When you TP on a control ward, it is visible to the enemy team. Caps a little bit overextended, flashes forward, they go for Mirwin, but he missed, as you say! And Caps is made to pay the price. Super and Mirwin are having a field day here. Cease and desist. Anything you want to wanted to do, G2, even with a slicing Maelstrom on the back line. Broken Blade can't do enough to take down Super. MDK will wipe them off the rift, and it's looking like a 2-1 to Mad Lions Koi.
And Caps, he gets caught in the middle here. Another TP flank from Frescow. He makes it engages with the Rel layering onto the Vi ultimate, the Kennen ultimate, and the ultimate. It's not enough. They lose the team fight and now the base.
I wonder if they can actually look to end the game here. There's still relatively long death time as Caps is going to be up in 10 seconds. MDK is going to go for it.
Alvaro can just tank it, and you have the 3 grubs to help you out. Mickey there for the stun. Caps up in 2 seconds, but already the Nexus towers are going to be deleted. Caps here has the stun prime. Super dashes away. Here comes Yike trying to stop Super from taking down that Nexus. Super's locked up in time. Frescowie, do you have the damage? No. They don't. They're both tanks. And on the edge of it, on the edge of the 2-1, they can't quite make it happen. G2 hold on to hope.
Now there's the potential of the Baron. They have to be cautious of the back door. Mirwin always has an angle to try and finish the game here. Decent amount of gold to help people work towards those final items. They'll concede the Dragon, but it will be the Baron. MDK, I respect the attempt. That Nexus was a few auto attacks away from death.
Right, you have to use your bodies to face check rather than a ward. So that could be an angle G2 leverage if the enemy team is forced to face check into you.
Hook landing onto Mickey, no shadowing strike for him. The binding coming down as well. Hans Summer trying to open up on Alvaro. Mickey on the wrong side of the wall, and MDK have already got their first of the break. And Summer now having to run away with a blood rush. MDK still looking for more, and Yoya down to the easier approach to the Baron. They'll just start it up. Whirling Death gonna come out. No approach for G2. MDK will get the Baron. Gold
Line continuously and make sure he plays on the edge where he's not quite dying but taking damage.
Super, he's been spotted.
And Yike goes in with the flash. Cease and desist coming out as well. The hero's entrance won't give him a big enough shield. G2 find one. Mickey looking for the flank as well. He can go in. Has that Magnus Storm available. Frescowie on the front line. He'll fall too. G2 are looking for more. There's Tibbers. Mirwin and Yoya, the last 2 men standing. But Mirwin can really open up. And Yoya still basically full HP. He lands the binding. And now it ends up in a 2v2. And Summer has 6 items, a flash and a cleanse. And MDK won't chase any further. What a shot barrage going wide. Summoners on Summer has flash cleanse. Broken Blade has the flash. Super has a flash, as does Mirwin. Those are the 2 important targets. Alvaro down to half HP though, and Hans Summer sinks an axe in his back and sends him packing. Now Hans Summer with the Bloodthirster can really open up. He's got a Mortal Reminder now as well. Switched his itemization around a little bit to try and reduce the healing coming out from MDK. They're going to chase a little bit further. TP out by Frescowie. TP in by Broken Blade, trying to answer it. Frescowie with a good TP, and you've got Yike going forward, so although it does seem like Alvaro's getting caught out a little bit as Mirwin dashes forward, and Yike locks him with the cease and desist. He immediately puts out the exhaust, but it's not going to be enough, and now Frescowie is behind enemy lines. He tries to get onto Cap, puts down the shield of Duran for the taunt. Broken Blade looking for that flank, has the flash. MDK retreating together through their jungle towards this red side, but G2 have already 7-minute game. And it continues to bounce back and forth. Every team fights a roller coaster of emotion for both these squads.
I will say that I do wonder the towers left standing. And the wave clear solid from Super for now.
Broken Blade almost caught there by Elioy and Mirwin, who are waiting in a control
board.
The
from Caps.
Caps looking for it. He flashes, they land the stun. Hero's Edge is coming out of Super, tries to flash away the Magnus Storm. Gets Mickey on the back line, but Super still surviving. Tibbers with the chase down alongside the cease and desist. Yike is now in the enemy base, and he doesn't really have the teammates to support him here, but he amazingly manages to take down Alvaro. Yike doing so much work here, surviving for so long. Broken Blade's gonna base and TP back in. Hans Summer flashes forward. Mirwin flashes away. It's a 3v3, and MDK have to try and defend their base.
I think Mirwin expected Hans expected to do more damage to Mirwin there, but through the randoms he just didn't. He committed his flash. Now the question is, can they end? Can they hit these towers freely?
Broken Blade has a flash and the slicing Maelstrom still, as you say. The first Nexus tower falls in an instant like a hot knife through butter. G2 are melting through these structures. It's all on MDK. Can you find something? Can you find that miracle play to defend? Old Shock Laser out by Mirwin. He dashes across the Nexus. Frescowie going in, shooter Duran for the taunt on Caps, but no real follow-up. There's the slicing Maelstrom that G2 were waiting for, slicing through the hearts of MDK, and having their Nexus at 200 HP. G2 somehow go 2-1 up in the series.
Excellent resilience from G2. Continuously finding these picks onto MDK, alleviating their pressure on the map, and eventually finding the winning team fight. MDK came so close, but it was not quite enough to go to match point.
They can't keep getting...
Mid lane mage is something that is rare in our current day and age.
We love AD carries.
Yeah, and Mad Lions Core really embracing what is the current meta. It is definitely interesting. Alvaro providing that same level of cover. Nice trade there from Caps. Scowy now definitely in kill range, and so Alvaro kind of has to come to help clear out this wave.
Ooh, that hits.
Yeah.
Freeze, but he
flash from Frescawi! Flash away by Caps. The Ultra Shock laser they're hitting when it had gone through the wall. It is a bit deceptive. The hitbox kind of extends back behind the wall where it was. Caps eats a chunk of his HP for it. Yike coming across here, but Elioya already charging up the Bolt Breaker, looking for those concussive blows. They find it. Ultra laser across the wall as well, and Yike will fall to first blood. It's Elioya that takes it.
Yike, a little bit greedy there with his flash. He doesn't flash the initial Braum Q. He had the passive marked on it. So this is the window, right? If Broken Blade is a good actor here, he cannot scare him away. There we go.
In with the paranoia, knock him into the wall, looking for the all-out, and with the fear back, Mirwin has no escape. Yike gets the first kill for G2.
I do have to ask...
Broken Blade there being a good actor, not making it obvious that the gank was coming, and instead using the flash to flash W forward and set up the gank. That's the problem with Smolder, right? This is the post-6 level.
That's not how it works. The damage determined beforehand. Speaking of Caps, he might take a lot of damage.
Flash in by Elioya, and he does.
Nice.
He does take a lot of damage, Vedi. Well predicted there. Caps dies.
A nice three-man gank at the mid.
So I was a little bit worried about how MDK would secure these grubs because you had no flash on the Smolder, right, from the previous gank. So it was a bit scary for him to enter River, but finding a pick on the
top
Caps
lane
is what they need.
That's it all out onto Mirwin. Razork is here. Pass maker out by Broken Blade. Mirwin flaps across the wall. Mom has been called. Ring ring. The paranoia coming in. TP in as well by Caps. They jump instead onto Razork. Straight past Mirwin. No, it's onto Elioya, not Razork. Elioya gets away. Yeah, okay. Yike went for the jungler thinking they could kill him. The shockwave has been invested, and in the end they will kill Mirwin, but for it they'll sacrifice Mickey X and Yike, which is bizarre to say the least.
A catastrophe in the top lane.
It was so confusing. I thought Fnatic were playing.
Actually join this fight in the mid lane if it starts.
Mickey is flanking Elioya here, running towards mid instead, trying to cover. Elioya able to dash out with the Volt Breaker. Hansama on his way across. Mickey, no TP, and look for the engage. There's the paranoia. Cease and desist out by Elioya to try and survive. Hansama able to dodge away with the Killer Instinct as well, but Super can open up from the side. Mickey's already down. Yike, short to follow. And MDK collapse once again, as you say, no TP.
So they can commit to that, but they want to do both. They want to make a quick play with the burst damage that they have from the Nocturne Orianna, as well as take platings down bot.
Super here, Caps puts down the ball, but hey, Mickey, this is a Mickey game. This is the most Mickey game he's had this series, I'm gonna be honest. That's 3 in about as many minutes, and Caps is gonna pay for it as well. It's a double for Super. Like, MDK played that well, but Mickey literally died, ran out. Really accelerated schedule here as well. 18 minutes for the third Drake. It's like a 23-minute soul. They are looking for this Smolder. Still no flash. The paranoia coming in, and Mirwin is sent packing. They're looking for more as Elioya goes in with the cease and desist, but Broken Blade can tank that one for days. The shutdown over the Yike. And the goal begins to even out just a tad.
So they solved the chaos by committing all 5 members top. They end up...
beside me, Broken Blade was looking for a little bit more. Broken Blade very tanky. Iceborne Gauntlet and the Thorn Mail already complete on him. Frescawi can put some damage down. He'll dash away. True Shot Barrage coming out as well. There's the Fisher going wide. Few honey fruit eaten by G2. Paranoia available for Yike. Can put the map into darkness. Mickey looking for that flank, but Frescawi's there to mark him. The Dragon down to 7,000. Mom called. Ring ring, they say Killer Instinct on the back line immediately. They dive into Frescawi. Mickey's the one to get the kill. Paranoia onto the back as well as Mirwin trying to dash away. Elioya jumping in onto Yike, who flashes across the wall, but the chase continues. And Chew, the Smolder sneezing all over you, but now with MDK locked in the Magnus Storm isn't enough. But G2, they have 2 surviving, so do MDK, and Super's one of them. He opens up onto Mickey, on some of the last alive for G2, but Elioya sends him back in a body bag.
Elioya is huge, cleaning up the fight. What was so close at the end.
In comparison, and Caps, without his mobility as well, you look at Frescawi, Super, and
drive by balling. Oh, they can't quite get the ball on towards Yike in time. He's going to chase forward though, and with the fear tether back, Mirwin has no escape. G2 find a pick in the side lane.
I mean, it's the story of the series, right? Overextending Eddie carries.
Say that, he's cancelled it.
Alvaro.
What's the game plan?
That ward is not spotted by the controller because it's right by the wall. BB trying to dash into the backline. Glacier Fisher coming down, but they pull Alvaro across with the all-out. And Alvaro pays the price for stepping a little bit too far forward. Elioya looking for that flank position. Hans Sommer, surprise target if you can find him. A prey to catch. Elioya doesn't dash in, but Broken Blade chases a chunk from Super, who is sitting
Two items, an extra component coming through for MDK. Doesn't mean that it's that significant. Oh,
Hans. Assist onto Hans Sommer. Does have the flash, does have the barrier. It doesn't expend either. G2 were looking for a long flank behind
Start off the back.
The key component of the dive composition dies. It's really hard to play if you're G2 here. Now, you do have the Nocturne Orianna combo if you want to try and fight it, but you have no dive from a Kai'Sa.
He's going to face check. There's the paranoia. On the front line is Alvaro chasing Yike away. Broken Blade looking for the back line. Mirwin flashes over. Magnet Storm in by Mickey. Fiscawi going in with the lightning crash, and Broken Blade can't tank this for too much longer. MDK keep G2 at bay and secure the Baron to boot.
MDK taking all the right steps here with the soul spawning in 10 seconds.
Dragon as well, now going to head down into bot on this stacked wave. And you can imagine this is going to be a tier 2 with this Infernal Soul. The poke is going to really add up too. They can layer some CC if they want to. Buy ultimate into a Smolder. It's an insane composition. But looks like they're going to recall.
Start the recalls, do them together, now stop them because they see G2 advancing. Yike able to dodge away for the moment. The True Shot Barrage alongside the concussive blows. The Infernal Soul helping MDK.
Duo this Nash if they want to, because they can take one of their 380 carries to hit the Nash, whilst the rest zone. So frustration maybe from G2 knowing they get outskills.
Yike might just be dead. No flash, concussive blows comes out, the paranoia. I mean, all that means is you die in the dark. The Nocturne's down. Fiscawi, the Killer Instinct in.
Ooh,
he's knocked airborne as he tried to jump over the wall. Hans Sommer going in further. Fiscawi's going to flash away. It was the Shockwave, as you say, the combo with the Orianna Killer Instinct. There to try and take out Fiscawi. Caps flashes across, dodges the Glacial Fisher. Mom is rung by Mirwin. Shadowing Strike from Mickey will buy him a second on the top side. Hans Sommer caught up with a cease and desist, and he'll fall. Mickey jumps back in, trying to save his mid laner, but all he can do is buy him a second. Caps down, G2 down, MDK pushing down mid.
The 80 carries reign supreme in this game. The dive coming in from G2, knowing that the meta, trying to counter it, but it just isn't enough. All series long, we've had the same dynamic, and MDK sticking to their guns once again come out on top.
We wondered if they'd wake up for the season finals. Winter was the last time we saw them battling at the top. Here, MDK have come to say, we'll take you all the way to Game 5.
Question marks still raised around G2's early game. Some of the decisions, some of the execution choices that they made allowed MDK to build this early lead and just absolutely dominate. Impressive stuff. As I said, their cleanest game of the series so far. They got that early lead, they controlled the game, got Soul, got Baron, and they bring us to Game 5.
And if you're going to get into that ARAM, you better get in quick because we're going to go to a short break and we'll be right back after this.
Aurelia also
Oh, let's go! Aurelia!
Let's go!
I mean, I think it's such a good pick into the matchup for sure. I don't know if I
Mitigate some of the damage from the Nidalee up there. The last time we saw Nidalee top in the LEC. Flash, Shadowing Strike. Barrier coming out from Super as Hans Sommer looks to trade in. Super trying to get away, but with the Ignite, taking the unbreakable flash from Alvaro. Stop Hans Sommer from getting the final auto down. He may pay for this with his life. He will, but Super survives.
Hans Sommer driven, baby. It always delivers.
Hans Sommer. But now Alioria makes his way top lane.
This is looking very nice for Broken.
Oh, no.
I don't think he has this. I think with the Ignite, he can actually take him down here.
Jumps forward, gets knocked back with the
Spear
Bolt
misses.
Breaker. Spear misses. I'm not sure if it matters, Finn. The intricacies of the matchup not as important as the fact that it was
Massive as well, and this bot side of the map is starting to get very problematic for G2.
Look at top side. I think that, yeah, there could be an all in here. Like, he has ultimate now, and level 6 is a very
goes in.
big
There's
power
the
spike.
Vanguard's edge. Flawless duet. Back Mirwin flashes from it, but Broken Blade flashes to follow. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Both the top laners trading their lives in a gladiatorial battle.
And that's a huge wave lost as well for Mirwin. He doesn't have TP to
Now
get
with a BF sword and a Vamp Scepter on his way to that BT. Super does get the push in bot. Waves are going to be sacked down there. Yike flashes away from the Glacial Fisher, but still hit by the edge of it. Elioya will chase him with the cease and desist, but the Stranglethorn's coming out. Means Mickey's here for the Magnet Storm. Blast Cone gets Yike out. Fiscawi dashes across the wall with the Spirit Rush and will be able to kill off the Zyra first. Mickey the next to join him as MDK find 2 off the back of the gruff play.
A nice collapse.
Buy them on Action and spin around a tower. And they stack. And they stack.
Look at bot lane.
Caps is here, TP in, lightning crash from Super, eats an axe. Double TP's invested, the Emperor's divided to the whirling death. And there's two already for G2. One exchange as Mickey falls for Scowie under the tower. Doesn't really have a leg to stand on anymore. His jungler's in mid, his top laners in top, surprise, surprise. But no TP on the Nidalee means that he can't react to this. The charm goes down, Cap's not tanking the tower. Uses a shield for Scowie, gets one. But in the end, it's the 3-for-1 exchange and the turret to boot for G2.
And there's the TP we wanted from the Eragon.
Those spears, they hit, but they don't connect in the same way an AP Nidalee would. The heal from Mirwin will give attack speed, though, as Cap slides in. Mirwin takes a chunk of his HP for this. Hansama gets the knockback. Whirling Death has to be flashed. Caps flashes forward, though, and Mirwin healed up just enough to survive. Now Cap's going golden. Mickey with the Magnet Storm blocks Albro in his tracks. The cease and desist from Elioy in the backline now, and now Mickey's underneath the tower. MDK have reacted perfectly to G2's dive in the mid lane.
As you rightly said, the flash comes in from Friskawi. Broken Blade now joins the fray. Does he have the tools? He has the flash ultimate available, but MDK...
What Mickey is now trying to clear out. No vision around the Baron. MDK can look for that. Mickey stepping forward. Bolt Breaker just short. Shadowing Strike will get the stun. The Magnet Storm coming out as well. Mickey looking for it. TPs immediately as soon as the ward's down, but Hansama is locked up by MDK. Vanguard's edge in by Broken Blade. He's got to do something incredible here if he's going to turn this around, but he's stunned up, charmed up, locked up, and he dives back in with another Blade Surge. He'll get one. So far, a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of MDK. Friskawi has a Spirit Rush and Super has a flash to dive in. The Emperor is dividing nothing as Super dodges away from Caps. Mirwin finds Yike. Caps tries to get the damage down. He will take out Super in the end. But the Orb of Deception from Friskawi finds its mark as MDK clean up the fight.
Mickey gets picked, and I think what he
MDK, we have seen throughout summer, even throughout spring, perhaps would have collapsed by this point, but the time they spent together, the boot camp they've done, and Lyoya catching Mickey here. Ultra Shock Laser, Caps diving in for Mirwin, doesn't have the flash, does have the pounce to try to dash away, but G2 are collapsing on him, and Mirwin has no way to get away from this. Mickey with the Magnet Storm locks up Elioya, the Glacial Fisher coming out from Alvaro, Stranglethorn's just short of the knockup. Super and Friskawi are starting to collapse. Super could dash in, but immediately would be met by G2, who have found one kill in this. Mirwin down, 30 seconds before he'll respawn. There's a tower in the top lane, and G2 will set their eyes upon that.
Does leave mid completely open though. Looking for Friskawi, makes his way towards the wave, catches it, starts pushing that in. He may even be able to set up a siege, but numbers difference. G2 have 5.
Caps has flash, and Super can't dash away from it. The last time the Emperor divided, it was an imaginary number, but this time it multiplies G2's lead. Friskawi still pushing in mid. The tower will fall in the top lane. G2 are going to start to back away. Friskawi's looking for that inhibitor tower. Can he get it in time before G2 are back out on the map? I think the answer is yes. Friskawi will take the mid inhib tower. And Desire, it's sole point for them, but they could just go for mid tower. The Dragon down to 7,000. Charm on Mickey. He's almost down already. Mirwin dashes forward. Mickey with the shield from the crash down. Gets himself to relative safety, but how relative is it? He's only at 300 HP and no Warmugs for him. He went Locket first instead. The Drake secured by MDK, and they might want a little bit more. Don't want to give G2 easy access to this mid lane. The tower's still very healthy. Mickey's going to reset. 5v4 is on the cards here. Mickey stays around, realizing that his team's being collapsed on. Spirit Rush forward into the charm. Cap spots a stopwatch. Mickey goes in with the Magnet Storm, and Hansama has so much time. The Vanguard's edge on the backline as well. Already Super's down. Hansama begins to open up. Cleanses away from the concussive blow stun. Alvaro is sent to the grave. MDK escaped with only 3, and G2
is able to find that type of an engage. The flash into knockup into 3-man connect. MDK is completely divided. You've got them trying to flank on one side, will catch the wave in mid. Wave through the river, but MDK, this is a great observation, and this is something that Mickey has to keep track of. Where is the jungler? Mirwin on the flank is not something you have to be too afraid of.
Super dashes across the wall, sees an assist. Magnet Storm, though, Elioya's in. Super dashes in as well with a lightning crash. He's trying to take the damage down onto Caps. He'll get one. Hansama flashing forward, just able to dodge the charm. Mirwin trading up towards the top side, kills off Broken Blade, and now G2 are split. 4 with MDK still surviving. Mickey trying to sacrifice himself to keep Hansama alive, but he just can't do enough. MDK find 4 in the mid lane.
It's Caps that falters. He overforces the fight. Super is able to navigate his way past the engage.
It just feels like with the fight, the way that G2 want to fight is they want the enemy to come into them. Because if you're trying to run into a Draven and a Zera and a Zyra, you're going to have a really bad time. But Caps just fully sends it, like you said, Vedius. And it's just not
Off cooldown.
off cooldown. Exactly.
Looking for a possible flank position here. On the line between these two teams. Alva's going to get stunned up. Glacial Fisher coming out. Friskawi waiting around the corner. Lands the charm onto Caps. And Caps is sent packing. Now G2 in a 4v5 have to find a way to fight back. But Alioya will not give them that opportunity. It's a beautiful fight from the Mad Lions Koi. And they roar into life here in season finals.
It's a one-sided ace and a massive upset as MDK have done it. They will take down G2.
For the first time in 2024, Mad Lions Koi will take a series off G2. And what a series it was. They'll face Fnatic in the upper brackets.
They will knock G2 down. A team that didn't win a single game in their playoffs, in summer playoffs. A team that barely even qualified for that playoffs. They made it to season finals on points. Takes down the summer split champions 3-2.
What a crazy glow up from getting 0-2'd by KC.